Hi everyone, good evening. I've joined you for the 10 weeks of Yuktahaar project and we are in phase 2 and week 8, and in fact this is the last day for the 8th week, which also means that we have come to the end of phase 2. So that's a great thing. हमने phase 1 खत्म कर दिया है and today we are on the last day of phase 2. Tomorrow, as usual, it's Friday, so we are going to have our expert talk series, and I'm having my Gita and Vedanta teacher come tomorrow to speak about Gita and Vedanta. I think it's a very important aspect of good health and wellness, and since he's not on Instagram, we will be uploading a Zoom video and you can just watch us talk about few topics. On Saturday, we are going to have our candid chat series as usual with the participants, and on Sunday, I'm going to step into phase 3, which means that, I'm going to reintroduce everything that we had restricted, and, we are going to get back into our maintenance phase. Phase 3 is actually, something that you go continue do for a lifetime. So that is how we are going to, start off with our next week. A very important announcement as usual Thursday hai, so I'll be uploading the progress form. So sab log please fill up the progress form so that we can reach out to you, we can talk to you, we can know how you're progressing. A very important part of this project is the progress form. वो आज हम upload करेंगे and it will be live on my Instagram bio and the story till 6 p.m. Saturday. So please go ahead and fill the form. If you are following this project, if you are following the TBPD diet, then you should fill up the form. So what is the discussion today? The discussion today is, of course, sleep. This is the week of the sleep, and this is part 5 of all about sleep. तो part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4 already हो चुका है. Sleep के बारे में हम discuss कर चुके हैं, and what we are doing in these parts is basically I'm giving out a tip that you can use immediately so as to enhance the quality and quantity of your sleep. So just a quick brush up. Part 1 was about having a hot water or warm water bath 60 to 90 minutes before you go to bed. Part 2 was about optimizing light, the proper usage of sunlight, bright lights, how you sleep in the night with complete darkness. So you should really go ahead and check that video, very important. Number 3, the part 3 was about having consistent bed timings, going to bed at the same time, waking up at the same time. If you're unable to sleep for longer than 30 minutes, तो आपको क्या बेड पे ही लेटे रहना है और नींद को आने का वेट करना है या क्या करना है? For all that, you go and check that part 3. And also not sleeping during the day if you are somebody who is struggling to find sleep in the night. And part 4, which was yesterday, was all about food and sleep, eating right so as to you are able to sleep right. तो dinner कैसा होना चाहिए, alcohol का सही time क्या है, tea coffee का सही time क्या है, energy drinks होने चाहिए या नहीं होने चाहिए, क्या ऐसे कुछ ड्रिंक्स हैं जिसको पीने से हमें तुरंत नींद आ सकती है या फिर लंबे समय तक we experience and enjoy an uninterrupted sleep throughout the night. So those kind of things is something that we discussed yesterday. And today, as I said, we come to the end of all about sleep. We also are ending phase 2. So yeah, I hope all of you are very excited to step into the phase 3, which is the maintenance, which we will pick up from Sunday, of course. So आज का टिप क्या है? आज का टिप है basically about certain yogic rituals that we can cultivate just before we go to bed. तो सोने के 10 से 15 मिनट पहले हम कुछ योगिक rituals कर सकते हैं, which helps us fall asleep, and it also helps us fall asleep faster, but it also helps us stay asleep for a longer time. So कुछ प्राणायाम होते हैं जो specifically sleep के लिए बहुत फायदेमंद देखे गए हैं. Many of them are there, but I usually only stick myself to Anulom Vilom when I talk about pranayam, simply because Anulom Vilom is something that most of us know how to do. I will still say that सब लोग नहीं जानते हैं कैसे उसको किया जाता है, but most of the people know how to do, and there are many YouTubers who are uploading these videos कि कैसे किया जाता है. So you can go out there and check, but Anulom Vilom is something that सोने के 10 से 15 मिनट पहले अगर आप करेंगे, you will experience that you sleep much faster. compared to if you don't do any kind of these practices. ये practices क्यों किए जाते हैं? Simply because what happens is क्योंकि हम दिन भर में we are thinking about lot of things, right? There are so many things that we experience throughout the day. There are many incidents that happen. At many times there are certain stressful incidents जो हो गए हैं दिन में. आप कहीं जा रहे थे, किसी ने कुछ बोल दिया, वो हमारे दिमाग में रह जाता है. At times you bump into somebody who reminds you of something not very pleasing, वो हमारे दिमाग में रह जाता है. Something challenging happened through the day which is just keeping you stressed and anxious. So a lot of things does happen throughout the day, and in the night when we lie down on the bed, we tend to think upon those things. We tend to just recall those moments, and we tend to just keep thinking about it again and again. And then what happens if we keep thinking about these things which are either not pleasing or are things that are stressful, or are things that is just keeping you very engrossed in thoughts, then what happens is that your sleep will get delayed. आपको नींद नहीं आएगी, because सोने के लिए you want that your mind gets calmer, your thoughts are lesser. So it's counterintuitive, and hence it becomes difficult for your mind to relax, or for your brain or mind to really go off to sleep. I have mentioned in my book about sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. So जब हम बहुत किसी बारे में सोचते रहते हैं तो हमारा sympathetic nervous system हमेशा switched on रहता है. There's always some fear, too many thoughts, and hence our sympathetic nervous system is always switched on. But for us to sleep well, our parasympathetic nervous system has to kick in, because that is like our rest and relaxation response of our body. And if we want to sleep well, it is this nervous system that has to kick in. And doing any kind of these yogic rituals, deep breathing practices, meditation practices that I'm going to talk about today, it can help kick in this parasympathetic nervous system, which means कि आपका रेस्ट, आपका रिलैक्सेशन रिस्पॉन्स जो है वो किक इन हो जाता है, जिसकी वजह से ये एंजाइटी वाला रिस्पॉन्स जो है ऑफ द सिंपैथेटिक नर्वस सिस्टम, इट टेक्स अ बैक सीट, and hence we are able to sleep well. So for people who think too much, जिनको ऐसा लगता है कि लेटते ही दुनिया भर की सारी बातें दिमाग में आने लगती है, पिछले 7 दिन से जो हो रहा है वो भी दिमाग में आने लगता है, for them it is very important that you cultivate any of one of these things. It could be any kind of a pranayam. As I said, I highly recommend Anulom Vilom if you know how to do it. अगर नहीं भी आता है, it's something which is very easy to do. So another reason why I recommended it, because it बहुत easy है, it is easy to learn. So if you go into any YouTube, you will be able to learn that skill. It's not all that difficult. The second thing which I recommend is, of course, Yog Nidra. People who follow me, people who have read my books, people who have seen me talk to Tapsi, Rakul during my lives, I keep talking about Yog Nidra so many times that I think it's more than obvious that when I talk about sleep, I would talk about Yog Nidra. Yog Nidra kya hai? I'm going to explain it today. But in my book, in chapter 10, in chapter 8, the chapter where I have explained about sleep and I have explained about these tips, you can actually, go to this page. I'm just trying to find the page number for you guys. So it's page 246. So in page 246, of course, the chapter 8, you can see that I have mentioned a YouTube link. So a few people were asking us through the DMs and emails that send us a link for Yoga Nidra. The link is very much here in page number 246. So you just have to type that link on your phone, on the browser, whether it's your phone or your laptop. But the link is very much here in page 246. And Yog Nidra kya hai? I'm going to explain it to you, but know that there are many people जिनके Yog Nidra के videos आपको मिलेंगे. If you just search on Google Yog Nidra, you will see that there are many people जिनको आपको मिलेगा Yog Nidra by so and so, Yog Nidra by XYZ. So it's really fine if you want to go ahead with any one of them, but the person I really recommend and the person I really prefer is the Swami Niranjanananda Saraswati. He's from the Bihar School of Yoga, and इनका योग निद्रा is something that I really highly recommend. और इन्हीं के योग निद्रा का लिंक इस बुक में दिया गया है. ये स्वामी जी के जो गुरु हैं, स्वामी सत्यानंद सरस्वती, he is one of the main persons of Bihar School of Yoga, and they didn't come out with Yoga Nidra for sleep per se. Yoga Nidra basically क्या है? Yoga Nidra is yogic sleep. A lot of people call it guided meditation. Someone will call it yoga sleep, yogic sleep. So a lot of names are there. But these people, both of them, the Swamijis, they came up with Yoga Nidra not in order to make people sleep. It was not designed per se for insomnia. It was not designed per se for any kind of health conditions like cardiovascular or high blood pressure or any kind of inflammations. इन सब के लिए इन्होंने इसको डिजाइन नहीं किया था, although Yog Nidra works beautifully for all of these health conditions. It will help you fall asleep faster. It will help you if you have any heart conditions, memory issues, if you have any mental health issues, if you have inflammations. So a lot of these health ailments have been seen to improve for people who consistently do Yoga Nidra. आप हफ्ते में एक बार करेंगे, you might not see the results, but if you do this every day, then you will see all of these parameters improve, all of your health conditions improve. Insomnia it has been found to be very effective. But why was this Yog Nidra actually designed? This was designed for higher spiritual practice. In fact, Swami Niranjanananda ji ने ये भी कहा है that he has learnt all the teachings from his teacher, who is Swami Satyanand Saraswati. उन्होंने ये सारे teachings उनसे योग निद्रा में लिए हैं, which means that while he was enjoying yogic sleep, that was the time when his creative channels were even better and he could really assimilate and receive all the teachings. So you see, it was actually designed for a very different purpose, and I'm not going to get into those details, but we can reap the benefits of Yog Nidra for, of course, if you're not able to sleep well. I also recommend this, number one, because 30 minutes of Yog Nidra is equivalent to 4 hours of deep sleep. अगर आपके पास time shortage है, usually most of my actor clients are running very short of time. बहुत stress होता है और उतना time भी नहीं होता है उनके पास कई बार, because they are also promoting the movie, shooting the movie, traveling, doing a lot of things, and that is the time why I ask them to do Yog Nidra, because 30 minutes में they can reap benefits which is equivalent to 4 hours of deep sleep. That is number one. Number two, it can be done by everybody, all age, all gender, irrespective of your health concerns. मुझे thyroid है, मुझे diabetes है, मुझे ये है, मुझे वो है, किसी को कुछ भी है, you all can do Yog Nidra irrespective of your age, irrespective of your gender, which means कि एक छोटा बच्चा भी कर सकता है. My daughter, like, she does Yog Nidra. A lot of my clients, kids do Yog Nidra. They just do it for fun because they see their parents do it, but it works for them as well. So, you know, irrespective of that, it can be done. Number three, you don't have to learn any skill to do Yog Nidra. Yog Nidra is basically an audio where the guru, where the teacher, here in this case the Swamiji, they will come. So it's an audio, as I said, so they will come and they will give instructions, and you are just supposed to follow those instructions. Instructions कैसे होंगे? It would be something on the lines of they asking you to lie down, keep your feet in a certain position, keep your head on a certain position, keep your surroundings in a certain thing, like clean and neat. And so all those kind of instructions will be given in the audio, and they will be asking you to do certain things. All you have to do is just follow the instructions while you are lying down. Most of the time, people who are beginners, पूरा का पूरा इंस्ट्रक्शंस जो है 30-40 मिनट्स का होता है, वो खत्म ही नहीं होता, उसके बीच में दे हैव ऑलरेडी फॉलन अस्लीप. सो व्हाइल द ऑडियो इज स्टिल रनिंग, आपको बीच में ही नींद आ चुका होगा फॉर मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल एंड फॉर मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम, when you would not even realize that you have fallen asleep. So that's the beauty of this, and that is why I always say that people who are struggling to fall asleep should give Yog Nidra a try. So these are the reasons because of which I feel that Yog Nidra should be a part of it. कब करना चाहिए? जैसा मैंने कहा, आपका जो बेड टाइम है उससे 10 या 15 मिनट पहले आप कर सकते हैं. Again, can I do it at any other time? Yes, you can do it at any other time. But if you're, particularly wanting to use Yog Nidra to sleep, then you should do it at bedtime, obviously. Like I would recommend Yog Nidra as a post-workout recovery for a lot of my clients. So obviously they do it post-workout, which can be any time. If they are exercising in the evening, तो ये evening में भी किया जा सकता है. अगर वो first thing in the morning workout करते हैं, तो in the morning also I ask them to do it post-workout. So depending on what is your goal, what are you actually wanting to benefit, how are you wanting to benefit from this practice, you can choose the timing, but it can be done actually anywhere, anytime. how is it different from other forms of relaxation? It is very different from other forms of relaxation, क्योंकि दूसरे forms of relaxation में क्या है, we feel as though we are relaxing but we are not actually relaxing. When you go out watch a movie, you feel that I'm as though relaxing. You go out for a glass of wine or a bottle of beer, you feel I'm as though relaxing, but you never come home feeling that that deeper sense of relaxation. In Yog Nidra, what happens, this relaxation is at a very deeper level. It's at the level of your cells, it's at the level of your organs, and only once you experience it you will realize कि योग निद्रा के बाद का जो रिलैक्सेशन है उसमें और ये सब रिलैक्सेशन जो हम करते हैं उनमें कितना फर्क है. There's few things that cannot be explained and can only be experienced, and this is one of them. Until and unless you practice it, I cannot go out there and tell you how these things are different, but only once you do it, you will learn how it is truly different. So with this I'll end the topic for sleep, and as I said, I'm going to upload the progress form today in the bio, so please go ahead, check that link, fill up the form if you are the participant of this project, if you are following the TPBD project from the book and are also watching the videos which are saved on my page. So that is number one. Number two, I have my Vedanta and Bhagavad Gita teacher Shri Raviji Ishwaran joining me tomorrow. It's going to be a Zoom video, so you can all go out and watch it at 6 p.m. We'll be posting it on my page. That will be the conclusion of our expert talk series as well. So that is the second thing, and the third thing is, of course, from Sunday onwards we are going to start phase 3. So all the questions that you have for phase 3, how can we start gluten, or how can we continue the herbal supplements, or any kind of questions that you have, you can send them over to us. The various ways that you can get in touch with us now, so you can send those questions, and I'll see to it that we start those questions. I take up those questions while I discuss phase 3 from Sunday.
How often can we have curd from phase 3?
Curd?
Yes.
Curd depends on the place that you're living. अगर आप बहुत एक ड्राई जगह में रहते हैं, दिस इज अ नोशन कि जहाँ पे गर्मी है वहाँ पे आप कर्ड ले लो. It is fine. I'm not saying that it's completely wrong thing to say that. But what is more important when it comes to curd is about the dryness and humidity. So like Pune is comparatively a drier place compared to Mumbai. So if you're living in a dry place like a Rajasthan, like a Pune, where the climate is more or less towards the drier side and not humid, in those places you can have curd every day. If you are in a place which is relatively, experiencing more humidity, like something like Mumbai, and also you're a person who is, very much, prone to inflammatory signs, gut microbiome, imbalance signs. ये signs क्या है? ये signs सारे book में हैं. तो अगर आप इस तरह के हैं और अगर आप एक humid वाले जगह में रहते हैं, then I will say that you should stick more to buttermilk. Buttermilk is something that then you can have every day. Curd maybe you can have like twice a week. So it really, depends on things, and there is no straightforward answer, but I think this is the best explanation that I can give at this moment. Okay, so I'll meet you guys very soon, and let me know if you have any specific questions for phase 3, and I'm going to take that up on Sunday. Thank you.